Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ganning, and today we're going to be working on week 2, getting emotional by returning the dominant emotion. So in this step, if you recall from last week, what we did was we were able to send, we were able to send our API endpoint an image, and we were able to get back a dictionary of our emotions, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to be taking that dictionary object and getting back the most dominant emotion. So what we're first going to do is let's go ahead and just read the directions real quick. It says in our function emotional GIF, so we're going to be working on this again, and output the dominant emotion in your request body. And the most dominant emotion from this face API will be the parameters of our Jiffy API. So this is what we're going to be using to get our GIF later on. So first thing that we're going to do is let's just go ahead and send a request to our current function. If you'll recall, this is what we currently have from step 3. So if I just do F5, we're able to run it, and what we're going to do is we see emotional GIFs. Go ahead and copy this URL, head to Postman, paste that URL in right there, select post, go to body. We're going to be using form data. This type, let's go ahead and select file. And for this, I'm just going to be using this generic headshot right here. So let's go ahead and click send. And it's going to take a second, and it's going, sorry, I accidentally copied the wrong URL. My bad. Let's go ahead and grab emotional GIFs, not bunny image upload. So let's go ahead and send it there, but same request parameters. You'll notice that what we received is an entire dictionary with face ID, face rectangle, but we also have face attributes right here: emotion, anger, contempt, disgust. What we need to do is we need to find out of everything here whichever one has the highest value, right? So for this, we can see that neutral has the highest value, right? Because it has a value of 0.53, happiness is second, 0.486, etc., etc. So first what we're gonna do is we're going to need, and this is what's known as a JSON object right here. So if we just look at result right here, we can grab this list of results. So what we can do is if we say, if we go in our main right here, we go right here, we can say, let emotions equals result 0 dot face attributes dot emotion. So what this does is, if you'll notice, result right here is a list or a JavaScript array, if you will. So you notice that if I just move myself right here, this is an array right here, right? So we're gonna grab the first or result 0. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be grabbing this first element in the array right here. And what we're going to be doing is we're grabbing the face attributes category right here, right? And what we're going to do is once we have this, we need to see which of the face attributes has the highest value, right? So the way that JSON works is it works on a key value pair system. So the key emotion has another JSON object of more values, right? Anger is the key, 0 is the value here. Contempt is the key, this 0.001 is the value, etc., and so forth. So what we can do is once we say result 0, right? Because there's only one element in this list right here. If you highlight this, you'll see that this bracket lights up, and there's no commas. Right, so there's only one element in this list, and we're going to grab the first one with index 0, go to face attributes, and then emotion. So let's go ahead and just console.log, or let's just return emotions real quick to see what we're working with instead of looking at the whole result. Let's go to restart this, and then let's go F5. So, okay, now it says it's ready. So let's go ahead and click send again. And notice now that we have a new dictionary because we indexed into our old dictionary and we grabbed the face attributes emotion. Right, so after that, what we currently have is emotions, anger, contempt, disgust, fear, happiness, surprise, like that. So now what we're going to be doing is, if you'll read the steps, this is what it looks like. After we use emotions, this is what we have. And after that, what we can see is we need to create an array with the object values ranging from 0 to 1 so that we can manipulate it to find the dominant emotion. Object.values does this. So the line of code that we need to use to find the most dominant emotion, which in our case is neutral, is going to be this line right here. Just copy and paste this line right here for now. I will explain it in a second. So first thing that we're going to be doing is, let me just make my screen bigger. We're going to assign a new variable called main emotion, and then we're going to grab the keys of our emotions dictionary right here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating a list of anger, contempt, disgust, fear, happiness, neutral, etc. Right. So in that list, we're going to find the element, right? And find takes a I think it's called a callback function or an inline function, where key. So this goes through every single key in this in the list of keys in the emotions dictionary, and we're going to find the key with the value that is the max of all these values. So let's go over that again. We're going to grab all these keys, and then we're going to be looking at every single key and looking at its corresponding value and seeing whichever corresponding value is equal to the max of these values right here. So we're looking at every single key, and then we're going to find whichever key has the same key as a result as the key that maps to the maximum value, which is neutral. Let's go ahead and just save that. Is that right there? And then let's just say main emotion right there. And let's go ahead and take a look on Fn F5. Cool, so that's loaded. Let's click send. And you'll notice that we got an error. So let's see. What did we get? Objects is not defined. Ooh, what did we do wrong right here? Oh, sorry about that. Actually, we needed a line of code right here. That was objects. That's an objects is not defined. And we need to fill this in with the emotions object. What this does is we're going to be just grabbing all the values. So right, just like object.keys grabs all the keys, object.values grabs all the values in this emotions dictionary. Right, so what we're going to have is, let me just return emotions again. Or let's just look at this dictionary right here. If you'll notice that this is what we have, right? All the values will be 0, a list of 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Just like the keys would do anger, contempt, fear, etc. Right? The values would do 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. So everything on the left is a key, everything on the right is a value. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find the max of those values and see whichever key is equal to the value with the max. Right? So now let's do F5, run it locally. Let's go ahead and click send. And you'll notice that we get this object again. Why did we get that? It is because we need to return main emotion instead of emotions. Sorry, bear with me right here. Now this should return one word, not the entire dictionary. Run that, click send. It's not ready yet. Click send. Notice that main emotion is neutral. So we did everything right, and let's go ahead and have counselor bot run our check, and it should be correct. Thanks for watching.